Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. TGIF. How is everyone tonight? How are you? Felice, how are things? You doing okay? I'm thinking about you. I am a disaster. We had a very weird afternoon. I thought about postponing, but if everybody doesn't show up, that's okay. Do it on Sunday. Hello. Oops. Hi, guys. Trying to get myself organized here. I'm far from organized today. I can feel that I have all the brushes, and it's been a weird day. We went to go film at my friend's store because I do her social media for her. Hey, Mal. Hi, Holly. Felice. Oh, you're exhausted. I hope that you're laying down now with your phone in your lap and a glass of wine next to you. I have my hot tea. I decided to go this route tonight. The coffee thing, it was great in theory, but then I was just up. So tonight I'm doing chamomile with what used to be my Boulder cup. Now it just comes off of my hands because someone put it in the dishwasher. I don't know who that somebody was, but someone. All right, Molly's getting ready for a very, very big day tomorrow. Her baby, her oldest baby, is going to propose to his girlfriend, and there's a party. So that's something to be excited about and happy. We need some happy stuff. In between all of the crap that we're doing right now, we need a little happy in there, don't we? Yes, we do. We definitely do. Holly, how are you tonight? Isn't it exciting? It's crazy when you have a baby and you in your head, I can remember laying in bed with Rick and I was like, our son is going to be in the class of, I think it was 2022. Yeah, 2022 or 2022. Yes. No. When did you, oh my God. COVID has ruined my ability to tell what happened when. It was either 20 years ago in the 90s or the COVID fog. But we would lay there and we would say things like, he's going to be in the class of, 2025 or 2026 or whatever it was. And we were just that is just so far away that you can't even conceptualize of it. Molly's so excited. Holly, you're doing great. Felice is down taking care of her dad. And we all need to send her a lot of good energy right now because she is drained. Same, COVID is its own time abyss. And Molly, you worked through it in a hospital. I mean, I still can't believe that you made it to the other side. I know my only baby turned 25. I feel ancient. Okay, so do I. And I'm older than my mom was when I was that age. Because like my mom and dad were really, really young when they had kids. I was like in my 30s when I met Rick and had Ryan. My 20s are like, that was like my fun years. I was like, Molly has severe PTSD. She does, though, you guys. Can you imagine being at a hospital seriously during this whole shit show that we just went through? Holly, mine is the same age, and I think we are the same age. It's so bizarre. It's so surreal. But Molly loves her soon-to-be daughter-in-law and her family, so that is like a huge bonus because no one tells you that when you get married, you marry the whole family. Let me close the door. Hang on. Oh, I'm like in a jacket because I was at Mindy's store filming with her. She got in all new merchandise again. Like she turns her store over. Usually like when you go into a store, they have like what they have for the season. Mindy is like, things go and she's reordering and the whole entire store gets reset. And she takes whatever's left and puts it on a sale rack and rinse and repeat. It's unbelievable. And tonight we were at her store and she was changing into like all these different outfits. And I was so cold that I almost put a coat on over my coat. Like I'm wearing like a shacket, whatever they call them now. She was freezing me out of there. And I used to be so hot like that and make people so cold. I was shivering in there. Like it was freezing. I don't know when I became that. My mom was 23 when she had me. I was 23 when I had Cameron, too young. Wow, Molly. Holly, we are on the same timeline. I was 23 as well. Yep. That's so crazy. I can't believe my son's going to be 22. I don't get it. I remember being 22. Seems like a lifetime ago, Molly. I had no idea what I was doing. I know. Did you guys have that thing like where when you left the hospital, kind of like, obviously we had help and my sister had already had two babies because she had Will 6 weeks before I had Ryan. And I'm like, they just like send you home and they give you, they let you leave with a baby that you don't know how to take care of. It's so weird. You're itty bitty. You're permanently cold now. I know. I'm actually trying to put a couple pounds on, which is a whole new experience for me. Because my whole life I have been like struggling with my weight, and I lost a lot. And today, Mindy, who is like this big, told me that I was too thin, and that didn't make me feel great. I see it in my face. Like I definitely I do this. Like this would be perfect. Like, and then just like these like up. Uh-oh. I'm 61. I have a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old. My mom had me back when she was 20s. Oh, Molly. I did not wake up like this today. I didn't want to leave the hospital. I liked the nurses for moral support. I know. And finally, like when I can remember them, you know, they come in and they help you like try to nurse and stuff. And we finally, everybody supposedly gets that magical nurse, like the one person that you connect with and like lets you feel more confident with your baby. And she got me like into like the hold that Ryan needed to like latch on. And when you have a C-section like I did, like they give you like a few days. Some of these insurance companies, you're like out the door like 24 hours later and you're like, okay, we have a baby now. What? Oh, thanks, Sally. I don't feel gorgeous. I really don't. I'm having some self-esteem issues lately. We all do the face pull back. The crazy thing is when we got our new phones, I was like fiddling around like with the pictures, and my husband, until about a month and a half ago, I would say maybe 6-8 weeks, never had a smartphone. He refused to get on board with a smartphone. Like, how many years have they been making iPhones now? Like 15? I don't even know. And he just got his first one. This cup is peeling. And it's like he's learning how to like text and how great it is that you can film things. I feel like he is such a boomer. I'll call Ryan and ask him something about my phone, and he'll be like, you know, they just don't have patience for us. They just don't. And I'm okay with the fact that we didn't have these. In fact, I feel lucky that we didn't have these. Does he like the phone? He likes the camera. And you know, he's still the kind of person that is like anti-social media, but like just discovered maybe 2 years ago, maybe we switched from Comcast Xfinity to YouTube TV, like when all the streaming services like kind of like went their own direction. It just wasn't like cost effective anymore. So we cut the cord, and then we started paying for all the different channels and everything. And he discovered on our TV that he could watch YouTube videos, and it was like mind blowing for him. Like downstairs right now, he is watching and watching and watching videos about the Volkswagen Bug that he bought that's in our garage right now from like, I don't know, the 60s or the 70s. It didn't even have a bottom. Like there was no floor. It was like Fred Flintstone with like the feet. He's much better off being anti-social media. Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Oh, so everyone, I am a little bit disappointed because I ran in and out of Nordstrom very, very quickly to pick up the stuff from this collection. There are a few pieces that she was going to send me swatches of that she didn't. So I'm going to do my best to show you guys how things were and my thoughts on this whole collection and what you should do if you have black diamond, because it was so much like that. Last year, our Soleil Neige, let me take out these little badoo-badoos, was this beautiful palette, this black diamond. And honestly, there have been a lot of formulas that I have liked more than this one. However, the sparkles on this thing had me at hello. Like I could put those on top of just anything and I could be excited. These are the kind of sparkles, since we were talking about sparkles so much, that are just like a dusting, like a fairy dust that you can put on, or you can make things look wet. So this is last year's Soleil Neige. This is a sad swatch because of my wrinkly hand, but no fault of this formula. So you just get like this beautiful like aubergine color, like an eggplant, you know, just my kind of like plummy, almost brown. Like that could be my favorite color right now. And then you get kind of a wine, kind of it's almost like a plum. And then we have a sparkle that has just the right amount of shimmer with twinkles in it. So it's got both. It's like a shimmer shadow, but then there is a different particle size that's in there that's very scattered, and it really makes things look wet. And this awesome like pinky cream color that honestly is so like, you know, the whole lid friendly kind of thing. And when it came to like smoothing, I'm not going to put it on here because I have the other palette on right now. But like, it's like such a perfect color. If you're fair skinned and you have a pinky undertone, this is your bag right here. So I got a little bit confused when I saw pictures of this. I was kind of like, did they just like not make one this year? You know, because at first glance, it's very similar. Let me do this with the other hand. Hang on. So then we can put it on my other hand. Okay, so I get it. Like, it's winter and they're doing Soleil, and there's probably not like a whole lot of options for them, I guess, with that theme. But I mean, to the makeup person, they're different. You know, we have in this one, you have like a creamy color, whereas like in this one, this is like a pinky, and this is sort of like a deeper peachy color. If you have a little bit deeper skin than I do and your undertone runs a little bit warmer, you're going to love that. This is going to be great for you. As far as the sparkles go, they are similar in the way that they're made. Like the formula seems to be the same, but one is more pinky and one is definitely more lavender. So we've got the more lavender one up here and the more pinky one down here. We definitely got 3 mattes here. This one is more like a satin or maybe a shimmer. Like, we kind of have to look at it in the light. It kind of behaves like a matte would, but it just has a little bit more to it. There's some stuff that like runs through it, but I mean, they're pretty close. And to be totally honest, if I mixed these up, the only reason why I would be able to tell these apart is because I love this color right here that like deepens things on the edge, which you don't really have with this one. And the sparkles are different colors. So you've got like the pink here, and more of like a lavender shift here. This definitely feels warmer, but not in like an overly warm way. I mean, I'm wearing it right now. I've had it on all day, so it may not look fantastic because I was going to do one of each eye. I didn't have time to take my makeup off. And I don't know, like, what are your thoughts here? They're really pretty, but when you're spending this kind of money, although like I would tell you for sure to wait for a sale on these because you'll get them at least for 15% off, maybe 20 if they wind up on Sephora. I don't know. How many of you guys have black diamond? Because that matters. It matters. It really does. It's not like you can't pull out a deeper color shadow like for this one. And on the eye, we'll take a look. I don't think you're going to see a huge difference in the sparkle because remember we talked about like how sparkles are a lot of times in like a transparent base. These are almost transparent, but the color, the filler color is what's different. The sparkle is virtually the same kind of sparkle. It's interesting. I have to say, I think they're both really pretty, but I'm just not sure that you need both. In fact, I'm sure that you don't need both. And, you know, I kind of like went back and forth. I actually brought black diamond with me to the store because I had confused them so much online. And on the eye, you're going to see they behave differently. They do. But I think you can do a workaround. If you already have black diamond, I would say this is going to be an easy pass for you because there are things in your makeup drawers that can deepen a look. This one is going to be for those feeling more like a pink moment, whereas this is definitely more of like a plum. I should have purchased black diamond. It's cooler, which I lean toward. It is definitely cooler. You think they look very different side by side? We're going to take a look. They are very different. What was not very different? Whoa, what happened here? Lost the screen for a sec. There is a blush that I will show you that I was supposed to have swatches of. I did play with it. It was the first person, like, you know how like when you're the first person to swatch something in a store? Here we go. Let me so over here, this collection came with this eyeshadow palette, which is Chalet Mink. The one from last year was called Black Diamond. They gave you a choice of 3 different lipsticks in the Soleil formula, and basically it's an ultra shine lip color, they call it. I would say that this is right in line feeling wise with like a Chantecaille lip veil it's got that not quite a lipstick, not quite a balm feel. Very easy to stain. And there are 3 colors. And the one that I chose is called Fireside. I think these swatches are terrible, but I also think that it translates very differently on the eye. And I think that that's going to be like the theme of this whole season, is that the swatches don't mean anything unless you get it in person on your skin. One of these colors, when you put it on, it leans more coppery, more warm. And the other one leans into that really bright, bright pink. Like the fade out is almost like a violet kind of a color. This one was the one that was the most true to that winey kind of color that I can wear. It was most neutral, most cool leaning. And those are the swatches. I feel like you get more pigment than what you see there with these. I mean, I could do a full swipe on here, which I will do for you, and I can get full opacity on it in like that sheer balmy kind of feel. The blush, I was so excited about and was 100% going to go get it. And she and I opened it up and I whipped out this. This is from last year. This is called High Altitude. Now, these are totally 2 different formulas. That's a cream blush. And the formula is beautiful. It's stiffer, but it's also something that dries down to like a really nice finish, like no hair sticking, that kind of thing. This behaves more like the compacts that have the highlighter and the bronzer, contour, sculpting kind of thing. I personally love this formula. I have no problem with it. I like a dewy feel. You get basically no color from the highlight, but what you do get is a really nice luminosity. And I like the fact that this is like a hydrating product. Now, this color to me looks like it's so warm for me. Like if today when I was out, I took some of my lipstick and put it on my cheek also because I just wanted to like cool this down a little bit. That blush is even warmer than this one. If you are somebody who really dislikes that balmy feel on your skin, I don't feel like this goes from cream to powder. I feel like the blush on its own, definitely, you know, you spread it around, it's not like your hair is going to stick. This kind of highlighter, I'm just flipping over my rougher brush, my number 5 brush. And when I put this on, I just feel like it's like youth dew. And it's like one of those things where if I'm dried up and shriveled, this does things for me. It'll catch the light. I'm not getting like a total hair stick, but it's also, you know, got that little bit of balmy feel. If you don't like that, I think the blush does dry down enough. I mean, it's just like the contour palette. This dries down. I love Tom's creams. I'm regretting not getting Orchid, the Black Orchid color. But I want to introduce you all to Fervor from Phytosurgeons. If you feel like you missed a really good blush in a cream formula that's got like a really good pigment load to start with, and you're looking for this kind of a color, I would like to introduce you to Fervor. Fervor is $15 on Phytosurgeons. It like makes me laugh almost to say that, because this blush is virtually identical to the Black Orchid one that came out in color. And the formula on this is like, it's like a ganache. It's like the inside of like a moussey chocolate delight. And when I tell you like this is way too much, I can literally dab a little of this on just with my finger and get that like alpine ski color like immediately. Like I can just take it from my hand and put this on. You can also put this on lips to get that kind of a color. But you guys, I'm going to have to do like an updated Phytosurgeons video, because their blushes, if you haven't tried them yet, it is absolutely hands down my favorite cream blush. There's no sticky. These dry down. You get amazing color. It lasts all day, and they're $15. They are having a hard time right now, obviously, with shipping from Canada, but they're figuring things out, and people are getting their packages. Just takes maybe a little bit longer because they have struggled to figure out the tariff situation and how they were going to get product here and how they were going to, you know, survive as a brand, have customers, that kind of thing. So I passed on the cream blush just because this was fine. I liked this formula better on me. And that color went a little bit too warm as opposed to a little bit more cool. This, I would have to say, kind of falls in neutral territory. You want to go cooler, you need something like this. You want to go warmer, you want something like that blush. And I will have real swatches for you guys when my essay, I had to leave, I couldn't stay. So this one had the balm in the compact. So you had that illuminator, highlighter, that kind of thing. I'm so into like these like goos lately, these just shimmery things that you put on your face, and you can put it under your foundation. You could put it over your foundation. You could put it in your foundation. This is a product that definitely has an interesting like herbal scent. It's a pump, and you get this pearly consistency that comes out. It's not like runny or anything. Let me make me bigger. There we go. Hold on a second, you guys. My friend had to take her mom to the hospital. Sorry, guys, I need a minute. I wouldn't take it if I didn't need it. I'm so sorry, you guys. You guys, I need to take just a minute. Everybody grab a snack, grab something to drink. Be right back. I'm so sorry, you guys. I started to tell you guys a story. We were in the middle of taking pictures for all the new stuff, and her ex-mother-in-law comes like banging on the door because we were closed. And I haven't seen her since they separated, and they are now divorced. And she is still very close with Mindy's mom. And she came barreling at the door, like screaming that she had been on the phone with Mindy's mom and she didn't know where she was. And she kept saying she was at Mindy's store outside on the upper balcony. There is no upper balcony. And we used Find Your Phone to figure out where she is. Then we got her on FaceTime. And anyway, they're at the hospital and they're admitting her. So I needed a minute. Sorry. All right, so this is the serum. And it is not as shimmery or pearly as like the one that they just did from Chanel. This is the Fluid Illuminor. This was in the one with the kind of iridescent eyeshadow that had like the flowers. So this one, when you look at it in the light, it definitely pulls like This one just had like an iridescent quality that I just loved. This under foundation is so gorgeous. The way that it just dances in the light, it's like so amazing. And the Chanel one does dry down. Like you don't feel any of this on the skin. And I don't think of this as a serum as much as I think of this as like an illuminator or a highlighter or an under the foundation primer kind of a phase. It is just, it really is beautiful. And when you put like something on top of it, the result, I'm going to put a very small amount here. The result is so pretty because it just kind of peeks through the foundation and you get this really luminous, beautiful effect. And it doesn't like, it's not robotic or anything like that. This one is more serumy. Like I feel still that kind of silicone-y slip. It definitely feels thinner and almost not wet when you touch it, but there is definitely like an emollience to it. Not like a sticky situation, but they both do kind of that same thing where they grab the light and catch it, and it's very, very pretty. I used this today under my foundation, and I took a tiny little bit and put it on top to see what I thought. And this feels hydrating. Like this goes on and you feel like hydration versus this, you look glowy. So they're different, but I feel like a lot of them are, you know, kind of the same. This is the Suku one. This one is more of a primer. It's definitely not as iridescent or anything, but also has that kind of luminous quality that I really, really love. And then we have like the new Victoria Beckham one that feels the most, the new formula feels the most like the Tom Ford in feel. This used to be a much more creamy product, and now I feel like it's more like a gel. You get illumination from this, but I don't feel like it's the same as it used to be as a primer when it was a little bit creamier and a little less gel-like. So I think pretty much every brand has now come out with some sort of an illuminator. I like this, and I will give more feedback to you as I go. So far, I think it's very pretty under foundation. I'm going to put it on today when I try both of these palettes on. Thank you, Holly. Thank you. Scary stuff. How does it compare to the VB Hydrating Primer Moisturizer? So the older one, this one was more of like a cream, you know? Like you put this on and you felt like you were putting on a priming moisturizer. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just illuminating and it wasn't just a primer. It was like a priming moisturizer. This one, the new formula, is much more gel-like. It just isn't as, there isn't as much to it, and it kind of breaks on your skin and you get the glow, but it doesn't have that moisturization thing that you used to get from the primer that I loved so much about it. Like I could wear this on its own in the kind of suntan color, like on vacation, and feel like I had like a blur. And I don't know if I would walk around with this with nothing on. I haven't tried the deep color yet. I only bought the small one to try because I didn't know if I would like the changes. But there's a real difference out there when you're looking. You can look for the way that it feels on the skin. Does it feel creamy? Does it feel gel-like? Is it hydrating? Or does it look illuminating and shiny? Those are all like really different things. And this one that I'm sitting here feeling right now, I can still feel like a silicone slip, whereas this one is pretty much set down. You know, like this isn't going to go anywhere. I could still move this if I wanted to. I could still move this one around. It's not going to stay like that forever, but it definitely has that slip still. And this one, you kind of feel like you're dragging a little bit, you know? So I like it. I'll definitely get back to you on it. Do I think it's the end all be all? No, but it's definitely that aspect of it is definitely different than this kind of a compact where you have the duo. And the nice thing about this one is that you could wear this with anything. I mean, to just have like that tiny little bit of illumination that's on there, that is just, there's a slight amount of pearl in it. It's not just like putting, you know, Vaseline on or Aquaphor. There's a little something there. And I like that hydrating feeling. This reminds me more of like the Chanel formula of their sticks, you know, that kind of slippy feeling that you get. So the blush I did not purchase because it was $100. Oops. And I wasn't going to wear it because I'm pretending like this one is supposed to go on here when clearly it's not. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Illuminating serum to be determined. We'll find out. See how it feels. When I looked at the lips and I came home, I definitely think that one of them was like this color. They're all in this kind of a family. And this one, these are from Dior, both of these. I just feel like this is a formula that a lot of people really like. This is 600. I could not read the word if I tried. And 026. Oh, let me use my phone. I use my phone as my reading glass now. Oh, she said more. Okay, I'm glad that they're going to keep her. So you see how this one has more of like a plummy kind of a color, and then this one goes warmer. That's what I felt like happened. So I feel like when you look at the lip products, know that one of them is going to lean warmer. One of them is going to lean more into that like fuchsia-y color, and one of them is going to lean more into like this kind of wine color that I settled on. Oh boy. They're doing fireworks at our high school right now. If you guys hear that sound, it must be homecoming. Okay, so she's going to stay overnight and we're going to figure things out. Let's see what we're saying here. Ritual Defee, Creature of Light, gives a shimmer that can stand alone or under foundation. For me, very nice. Marianne, I am so interested in that. Does it look supernatural? Okay, I don't know how else to say that. When I see I'm going to pull that up because I want people to see. If you're not familiar with Ritual Defee, it's an interesting brand. Indie. We like indie over here. We're very into indie. Let's pull them up. They do sell Ritual Defee at Credo. But we're going to go straight to their website. Okay. What would you say it is? A face perfector or a primer? Maybe primer. Yeah. Okay. So this is the Ritual Defee. I have been so curious about this for so long, and I'm also super curious because they have a contour that leans very gray, and it's very appealing to somebody who's very fair-skinned like me. So pretty, Marianne. I'll have to add that to my list. Which color do you have, Marianne? Do you have the lightest one, or do you have more of the creamy color? It says the darkest one is called Divine Creature. Then we have Glowing Creature, Angelic Creature, and Moonlit Creature. And you can see So this is the one for the lightest skin, and obviously they're, shining a light on it, just that on the skin. I have Angelic Creature. Is that this one? Don't know how to get out of here. Okay, that's Moonlit. Okay, here's Angelic. So this is more like a champagne kind of a feel. Do you use it as a primer, Marianne, or do you use it over? Can you use it both? Do you mix your foundation? Because it seems like it could do a lot of things. Does it have a scent also? I want to know. The scent of things can like really make a difference for me. That's a really pretty color. Then we have more of a real true gold, even though they're calling it a champagne. But to me, so the other one is more of like a rose gold almost. And then this one would be gold gold. Yeah, and I've seen this on people like when they're doing like a pretend tan, and really very cool looking to me. Sunlit bronze, it's called. What are these? Oh, you can get both. You can pick two. It depends on how my skin looks that day. The scent is not great, but disappears. Okay, I can live with that. Is it perfumey or is it just like smell strange? Because like that matters too. It's a very interesting product. Oh, Felice. Sending lots of love your way. Take care of your dad. Sorry. I'm definitely going to be picking one of these up. I wonder when Credo's going to have their sale. Don't they have like a fall sale? Not perfumey. I'm in. I'm in then. I love it. All right. Well, let's, I wanted to just pull out just because I have them and why the heck not. I have Soleil Neige 01 from so long ago. In theory, what a palette. I mean, you got the pearl, you got the taupe, you got the navy, and you have like a blackened color with blue. This palette is definitely hard to blend. Oh my God. Like it just doesn't want to. But if you take your time, you can get a really stunning look from this release. It just is harder to like work some of these colors in, but really beautiful. And it is the wet dry formula, which a lot of people love, and we don't see it a whole lot anymore. So they've done that color story. My favorite Soleil Neige collection ever was Lumiere de Verre. This has to be a few years ago already. And Molly, I know you love this one too. This one is literally like my dream palette. I mean, I have a backup for my backup. That's how serious I was about this. This is what it looks like on the hands. I mean, if I have like somewhere to go and it's a big deal and I want a really good look, I'm either pulling out this or I'm pulling out the Guerlain Imperial Moon. I know that no matter what, I'm going to get a stunning look from it. And the colors are just, they're like perfection to me. Love, love, love everything about it. Love the fact that there's two different sparkly ones in here, like the fun sparkles, the sparkles that we love. Like, I don't think I have an eyeshadow in my collection that is this worn down, because I just grab this when I want sparkles and I know that everything will be okay in the world. This one was the palette that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be like the winter version of Nude Dip. Seriously. Oh my God. Really? I don't know where it is. This is the same formula. If you have these, this is what that cream blush felt like from last year. It's just that same situation, but this is the contour version. I wanted this palette to be, where did it go? Oh my God. You guys, I think I'm losing it. I really do. I think I'm losing my mind. Here we go. I wanted this to be like the new dip of, you know, every pearly dream that I ever had in my whole life, and it just wasn't. It was the palette that I never gave up on. I can take one of these colors and use them in a look. It's not a look all on its own, but it's interesting. And it does pick up light. It's just that they don't look that different from each other. Maybe less light for a minute. So they've done some things, you know, with the Soleil Blanc and Soleil Neige. I think this one was Soleil Blanc. I think the ones with gold are the Blanc. This is pretty too, though. And they all seem to have, you know, that same kind of sparkly shade. I just felt like this year they really do look quite a bit the same. So we're going to test it out. I'm going to do one eye with last year's and one with this year's. And I will put like a warmer blush on this side that I will grab from behind me that resembles the one from this year. And we will see what happens in the battle. I would say it's too dark. No, these are really pretty though, since we were talking about phytosurgeons. This one is Steam and this one is Sear. You guys, I'm telling you, it's the best $15 ever. The best. They have every color that you could possibly want in the world. Oh, shoot. Okay. We'll put some on. Now I have phytosurgeons and ritual defeat cards. You are going to be... Oh, let me give everybody a really good tip. When you go on the phytosurgeon's website, you can convert if you want to see what it looks like in US dollars. But when you check out in Canadian dollars. The easiest way to deal with any little website like that, like where your credit card company goes, no way, no way, no way. If you just go through PayPal for them, it's like super easy. And they could not be nicer. And I could not be happier giving my money to an independent brand that is not Sephora. It's just a nice feeling. They work really hard. They built the business themselves, and all the formulas are theirs. Catherine, we will not steer you wrong. I promise. You're on a good path with this. All right, let's take this off and have a showdown between these two. And we're going to figure out if it's different enough or not. Now, I'm using Bioderma to loosen up the mascara that I have on. I've got the Victoria Beckham Fast Lash. I did try her Cocoa this week. It's the other formula. If you are looking for a brown that is not warm, just a very neutral, think cocoa like the liner, it is a really nice mascara. It is the only tubing mascara that I know of that you can build when it's dry. Like, I just don't know any tubing formula that doesn't get really, really weird when you do that. And this one doesn't. I forgot how much I liked the other formula because I reach for Fast Lash now because I love like the, wish you'd do that in brown. That would be like, if somebody came up with like a really beautiful lengthening and thickening volume wise in a brown, like a really good color, that would be awesome. Okay, I have most of my makeup off. I can't deal with the eyeliner situation right now. Let's throw on a little eye cream. We're still on the In Beauty Project bottle. But my secret hack is every time you go to like a department store and you get samples, always ask for the eye cream. And like they give you so much that you can stretch it out and not really have to buy eye cream. Like anytime they offer eye cream on Sephora, I love it. I'm sure it'll be a whole bunch of those like peel off and look at the color of the foundation from wherever during the sale, because they always do that. They don't have the great rewards. I'm just going to put a little Painterly paint pot on here to just cancel this out. I've got a little too much going on here. All right, so let's try that again. Oh, okay. Just want to cancel out some of this darkness. And I love these MAC paint pots. They've been around forever, and I know what to expect and how it's going to behave. And for me, it's better than a concealer because I feel like it does set down with powder. And then when you go on top of it, it's just a nice canvas. I did order the Danessa Myrex. Did anybody else order it? I've never bought one of those Freedom palettes because I'm not like a rainbow person, but man, she came as close to neutrals as she's ever going to get. So I picked it up. and I'm excited about it. I can't wait for it to get here. That'll be coming soon. All right, we're going to put a little Mod Beauty on for powder today. Just get a fluffy and make sure that you've got a nice powdered surface to work off of. Tom Ford, I feel like, you know, we all think of it as him being the person until recently. But the entire time that he had the beauty line, it was always in the hands of Estee Lauder, which I think is interesting. And the other thing that I think is interesting is that when he came out with a lot of his very innovative, very different quads, Charlotte Tilbury was working for him. And she had a lot to do with how cool we all thought the Tom Ford colors were. I remember like these, you know, the palettes coming out and just colors and in shades and in textures that like we really hadn't seen anywhere. And back then it was like the Tom Ford, you know, it was the Tom Ford. I can't wait to see what you think of the Danessa. I will wait for sale for that one. Yeah. Well, I would have loved to have waited for the sale for that one, but that would suck for you guys. I have to take the hit. I did it. All right. Well, let's play with eyeshadow. Should we put the old one on first or the new one? Any thoughts, anybody? I'm going to have to move these because I'm going to keep grabbing the wrong one. I really wish that like the packaging could just be just like slightly different so that when you're going through them, it doesn't look like a crazy person like me. All right, I am going to start with, should we just go like one for one? I'm into that. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on both. I'm going to use a towel. Where's my towel? To just wipe off my brush so that we're being fair. And I'm going to start with the older palette. I'm going to go into the pinky shade. And just very powdery. As you can see, it's not his creamy formula, that's for sure. And it is not the wet dry either. So this formula is thin, a lot of kick up in the pan. Oh, I'm so used to like putting it on. Sorry. All right. We'll cover it up. This is the darker one anyway. No one noticed that. Okay, so on this side, it is more peachy than pinky. So we did this one and this one. And they have, you know, the same effect when they're next to each other. They're both very, very powdery, very thin. They both did a good job of covering. Okay, now I'm going to take a mid-tone matte from each one and just go into my crease a bit. For this one, I'm going to go into this color over here. And I'm just going to take it right on my brow bone, just so I can see what's going to be showing. So I like to look straight into a mirror, go on top of this thing that used to just be my brow bone, but now is my enemy. Put it a little darker here because we know we want to push that back. and just give myself a bit of a crease. So that one worked fine. On this side, we're going to go over here. It's more of a rosy color than this other one that was more of a brown berry. This one definitely has more of like a blush hue to it. And not quite as here we go. So not quite as defining as the brown color is. This is much more, it's much more berry-like. So I'm going to go back into that one again over here and just make sure we've got some definition. And over here. So they both serve the same purpose. They both have what you would need. So far, not super different. A little bit. This is definitely lighter, more pink. This one is definitely getting cooler and more plummy looking. All right, let's take got a lot of things on this table, including my hot tea. So don't want it to fall down. Okay. I have got to clean these brushes from yesterday. Okay. I was playing. All right. So with the outer corner of my eye, for this palette, you're going to get a much more rich, deep tone, much more defined. And this is going to be the most defining color in this one. And so when you look at them like side by side, it's almost the same kind of thing as like the mid-tone in here. So this is going to run a lot deeper when you put it on. And I want to use this half fan brush that I have that just makes it super easy. This is what a half fan looks like. This one was a Scott Barnes. I don't even know if he still makes these, but if he does, grab one. They're really great. So I'm going to go into the eggplant color with both sides of this. Always tap off with this formula. And I'm going to go right behind my lashes here. Now, if I was really doing this in real life, I would put a little bit of liner back here just because this pigment is thin and it would be great for it to adhere to some liner versus we're going to put it on the other way just so you can see what it looks like without. But you can really start to get some nice definition and an up and out feel over here. I always clean up at the end because I am not able to do a straight line anymore like this, because when you go over it, you're going over texture, wrinkles, whatever you want to call it, but they're there. So this just makes it super easy to get like right there and then just kind of blow it out. So you're immediately going to have like a much more smoky look. And then I can just blend. And kind of get that shape going. On this side, I use the same brush. Just wipe it off on a towel. I'm going to dip in on both sides. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just pulling this. This shadow is much lighter, much more like daytime friendly. It'll give you enough definition that it kind of reminds me of what you get now with like those new Patrick Ta 6 pans, but for somebody with cooler tones. You're going to get like a very defined eye. But as you can see, we're starting to go in two different directions now. I'm using all 4 shadows for this. You don't have to use all 4 shadows with this. You could do a one and done. You could do any combination that you want. It's just, I'm just trying to show you guys like how all of them behave. So I'm going to go into the fun shade now. And it looks wet. And I'm just going to go right in the center and just dab it for you for a minute. If you want to go in lightly, you can get this really ethereal effect. I always like to punch it up a little bit at the lash line because when you have a hooded eye, that is what peeks through. So I make sure that I'm like right there where my lashes are before I put mascara on. Just because every time I open up my eye, it'll have like that little flash. I'll show you another little trick too when we're done. So I just want this to be ethereal and pretty and evening. I'm going to take that mid color that we used in the crease, take like a smaller little brush, and I just want to create a better transition. Something a little bit more blended. Something a little bit more smoky. Make sure we get our crease color. What I am going to do now, though, is I'm going to take a tiny bit of the darker color. I'm going to look straight into the mirror. And this part right here that I want to push back is going to get a little bit of that dark shadow. Not a lot, but a little, because I really want that to happen. And then I'm also going to take my finger and press. These are very, very, very powdery shadows. And I will tell you that a lot of the time when I put this on, I put it on with fingers and I blend afterward, just with a clean brush. You can take any clean brush and just get these guys to blend wherever you want them to. And it really just makes sure that the pigment is like really even when you do it that way. Even if your eyelid feels uneven, I have found that pressing is so much better than anything else. I'm going to go back into that first shade, that light tone that's kind of skin. For me, skin. It's the lightest shade. And I'm just going to clean this up a bit. Haven't decided what we're going to do with the inner corner yet, but let's go back to this side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go into the shimmer. Very pretty. I'm going to lightly press. It's more subtle. Really go to town at the edge of my lash line. What do you guys think? Do they look any different? Let's zoom you in. I think I'll be okay passing end in this. I'm so happy with the Byredo palette. Isn't it awesome? I love it. Tom Ford Quad is pretty. Good colors to travel with. They are. Most of these palettes have been hits and not misses. I'm going to take the shade that I used in my crease, and I'm going to do the same thing I did over there, where I'm going to use a small brush to just diffuse this color a little bit, even though it's less dramatic. I'm going to take a little of that dark shadow and just hit it right here. Push that back a little. And I'm going to press into this one again. Back into this guy. See what I mean by pressing? Like, you really can press these on. Let's get this really wet looking. Now, you could wet your brush with these. I think it gives you hard pan, and I don't do it. Let's put a little more on this side just to be fair. Last year, this year, 2024, 2025. Let's give them some liner and really get this thing off the ground and see what it looks like. I think what I will do for both inner corners is I'm going to go in with that lightest shade, like that creamy shade, and just make sure that I have something here for right now. Go on the other side. Okay. Eventually we'll hit it with the shimmer, but we're going to do it in a minute. I want to line my lashes now and give them a curl. This is the rougher. I like this one, and I like the Surratt. I use Grande Lash every day. And as far as liners go, it's pretty much just VBB and Chanel. I don't want to take anything away from this look. So I want to go, I think I want to go, oh, I forgot something. Hold on. There was a lip gloss last year with sparkles in it. This was the lip from last year. It was called, I think, Crystalline. Celestial. Sorry. I knew it was a C. It's very iridescent. That was the lip choice instead of the 3 balms. And I believe they still have this. I mean, they did at my Nordstrom. So I'm assuming that's like a company-wide thing. All right, what do I do with my eyeliner? All right, we're going to go in with a favorite of mine. It's like I'm just pulling things out over here and nothing is where I thought it would be. Okay. This is my secret weapon that I love with any plum leaning kind of looks. This is from Chanel. It's the Stylo Ombre Couture in the shade Rouge Noir. Rouge Noir. And it is a deep, dark, almost black purple. And this sets down and doesn't move. This is like an eyeshadow. You can use it as an eyeshadow base. It's great to do lining with. I often put my brush into it to create like a line. We could do that today. I love this for thickening up the lash line and really making your lashes look super, super long. This color, for whatever reason, with this kind of color eyeshadows is so great. And what I do is I go in with more out this way because I want this to be the center of attention over here and this to be less so. So I really make sure that like when I'm tight lining, I do it from the inside. Look at that already. And you just, it reads black pretty much, except it doesn't. It's for something, it's just kind of, it just works. You know how like sometimes brown just works? This just works like with all the plummy tones, anything with purple, anything even in that vicinity. And these are super long wearing and awesome to, I swear, like I buy them like once a year. It's crazy like how many times you can use it. But it really helps like beef up the lashes like a lot. I'm going to take my Vast Lash because we're going for a little drama today. Victoria Beckham is going to bring it. I used to have the Extreme, I think it was called the Extreme Mascara or something from Tom Ford. It was way too clumpy for me. This gives you length and volume. I like to like really use the brush. She did like a really good brush that you can really just kind of like blink into it. Let the brush just do all the work. And then use it, the edge of it like this to cut it to kind of separate. And then I kind of bounce them just to get those little bitty ends. Make sure nothing is stuck together while it's still, you know, not dry. You just get a lot of good drama from it without having to deal with putting on lashes. And I mean, you can already see it's a really, I love it. I love it. And it stays on, it doesn't crumble. It's like it's a tubing formula, but it's not a tubing formula because it comes off like in little pieces instead of tubes. But man, it is long wearing. It doesn't fall apart on me. I don't get raccoon eyes. I tend to wear so much skincare that if my mascara is anywhere like near touching my eyes, I get raccoon eyes. But this mascara is so good. And I never do my liner until I see my lashes. I don't know why, but I like to see what I'm dealing with before I like go back there and mess around. But so far, this is last year. And this is this year. What do you guys think? The new palette is softer. You're the queen of beautiful eye looks. Thank you, Holly. I don't know about that, but I can pick some good makeup. I like good makeup. I agree with Holly. Oh my God, you guys stop. I love both palettes. I just think that they're different enough to justify having both. I want the new Tom Ford glosses in East Coast and West Coast waiting on the sale. You keep waiting on the sale because you're going to get it. You're definitely going to get it. You're definitely going to get it. The Chanel stylos are so nice. I use the shade Contour Clair all the time. I use it on my face. I use it as an actual face contour, you guys. I'll take this. On vacation, instead of bringing something in. Look at that. In like 2 seconds, I have instant cheekbones with an eyeliner. It's just funny, like when you start to realize that your makeup is just makeup and it's not, I mean, granted, you obviously have to be careful with things with your eyes, but I mean, the rules police are not going to come to my house and take it away from me because I used it as a contour. It's a great color. You can also put it on a brush and use it on your eyes. It's great for that. Like if you need just a solid, just a little workhorse, this one is fantastic. And before they're gone forever, I want to share this one. If you can find this anywhere, it's going on my highly recommend list, which I don't normally highly recommend anything. This is Taupe Fume from, not this release, the one with the roses, the flower one. What was it called? Utopian something or other. They did those liners. Look at that color. It's insane. It's so pretty on the eyes. I love it so much. Like a soft, just kind of like nude looking eye. It's really pretty. Everything can be used for everything. Love it. It's so true though. These shimmers, you know, everybody is showing all of these very shimmery lips. Like I have to tell you, like, I love Lisa Eldridge. I adore her. I think she is a freaking genius. I think she's one of the most professional people out there. I think that she has created quite a little, not little, quite a nice business for herself with her makeup. That she started with one lipstick, one red lipstick that turned into all of the things that we're seeing now. And her lip glosses that she just came out with have duochrome, triochrome. I don't even know what to call it. They're multi-chrome and they're very glittery, like sparkly. Totally not her. That's all I can say. Is like, they're so not her. We'll look at them. Let me grab. She's usually like, you just get a lot of, she's fun. Not saying she's not fun, but she's she's got taste, you know, like she's got like a thing about her. Get rid of this guy. I really wish that they would do this differently where you could just go from tab to tab, but they don't. There we go. So she got this amazing artist to do the artwork on her holiday collection, The Party Before the Party. And she has this. This is like the only thing that like I really wanted, and it's sold out by itself. And you can only buy it in a set. It's like a pearl color, really pretty. She's got 2 holiday lip sets, one red and one Velvet Muse, which is like a beautiful, beautiful nude leaning cooler. Then she's got 3 of the new colors of the liquid Luxe eyeshadows. So if you're a fan of liquid eyeshadows, there's like a greeny silver, a silvery silver, and a, did the dime? Oh yeah, there's one that's like kind of like a sparkly pink gold, peachy pink rose. Those are the new ones. And then there's this one. And she always shows them all in every skin tone. You can find people of different ages on here. Like I love her. I mean, she just is just the epitome of like class and just good taste and evergreen videos, because you can watch her stuff from 10 years ago and it's still like it's still relevant, right now. Lisa is so classy. I know, I feel like you stay classy, San Diego. I've been saying that word so much lately. I feel like I'm Ron Burgundy, but here is the lip glosses. That if someone told you that Lisa Eldridge was going to come out with a burnt orange punch with duochrome orange pink sparkle in it, would you believe them? The one in the middle is the one that I'm like considering getting. It's called Kensington Plum, and it's a chocolatey plum with golden sparkle. And the only thing that I'm scared about is that one of the pictures that looked like the sparkles were fuchsia, and it's just not my choice. I just never like when the sparkles are fuchsia on me for whatever reason. And then she did this crazy bauble cerise with hot pink sparkle. Hello, Lisa, are you there? Like, this is just so random. It makes me realize that all of that indie stuff that we've all been watching for so many years, and she is indie, it's just that she's also the global director of Lancôme. So she definitely can put a collection together. And this was what she did this year. This is the crossover. This is where like indie meets mainstream. And all these things that we've been looking at with Cleona, look at how big they've gotten. Do you guys remember the days when they were like making their own eyeshadows, and like you'd be lucky if you got like one, because everybody would try to get them. I remember Molly used to get a lot of those. The middle shade, right? Do I go for it? I want to show you guys the new lipsticks too. She did 2 new colors for the holiday in her Rouge Allure formula. So she did this like tomato red called Scarlet Sequin. It's bright. It's definitely holiday. It's definitely more warm toned. But it's an eye. I mean, it's a lip. It's a lip. And then she also did a cool toned pink that has been scratching at my door. This is Dreamy Damask or Damask. And these pop into her lipstick that she came up with that's entirely recyclable. She's won tons of awards for it, and it's a great formula. Sorry, I have a sleeping dog over here. So you can get it engraved with your initials if you want. This thing weighs a lot. Like, it is like heavy duty. And these pop in and out. So you can change out your lipsticks. They come with a little cap, and you just put the cap onto it like this one. And then you pop it in. It clicks. And it's beautiful. I mean, this is so, she has like this whole like antique collecting thing that she does, and she really puts things together like in such a nice, thought out way. But I just thought it was super interesting that she went and did the duochrome right now. But these are wonderful. Highly recommend these lipsticks. And this whole entire thing from top to bottom is recyclable aluminum. So awesome. We like that. We like indie brands, and we like Lisa. So anyway, I did the contour. The blush, honestly, if you're a little bit warmer, you can go here. If you're a little bit cooler, you can go here. It really was not enough of a difference other than this one doesn't dry down and the new one does. It's a little bit warmer and less emollient. It definitely dries down. Like his cream blushes are a very nice dry down formula. These are more of a balm. All right, we're going to deepen up the outside. I'm going to go take a really tiny little brush. Depending on if I want it to be diffused or not. I want something flat right now because this eyeshadow is so powdery. So this is a Angie Hot and Flashy A505. It's really good for getting behind lashes. And I'm literally patting to put it on. But this is powdery stuff. What I recommend instead of this, even though obviously here you go, you can pull it out. You can grab a Q-tip. Ulta, the best. Pointy on one side, paddle on the other. Take the one with the paddle. I sweep underneath here to clean up. Get a little bit. And I'm going to just pull in line with the lower lash line. The lower lash line is like safe territory, and I don't have to go over any of these other things. I know that there are people out there who teach you how to, do your wing, whatever, jumping over this and that. I'm past the point of no return. So this is what I do. I think however you can get back there, you can get back there. I'm going to take a little bit of this Chanel Stylo Ombre in Rouge Noir. Now this one, you're going to want to work one eye at a time because it will dry. But what I do is I go right into the lashes, like as much as I can, and just really smudge. And then I line it up with my lower lash line and just kind of pull it out. And then because this is the formula, that will stay all day. And for me, all I want is that little bit of definition more than I want an actual wing. Like I want the eye to go up, and you can use whatever color you want. And then you're going to want to just take a little of it underneath here. And this is a good one for underneath because it won't keep going down your face all day, which can happen. And you can just pull it out. You can take that other color and make sure that you're nice and blended. And now that we've seen all the rest, I'm going to pat right in the middle here and get that really pretty sparkle. And literally, you can use these sparkles with so many looks. And they're teeny tiny and they're very, very pretty. It's a totally different texture than the Patrick Ta. This is a very dry formula, but really pretty. So this is the Black Diamond eye. Now we're going to finish this year's eye. Chalet Mink. I'm going to basically do the same thing. I'm going to have to clean this off with a little micellar. Oh no, it's the same color. It's got the eyeliner on it. And we're going to go into the deeper shade of the new one. And I'm going to go right behind. And just press. And just, his powders sometimes have a lot of kick. So if you're a person that is really like adamantly against fallout, which I guess most people are, you might want to do your base after, or at least leave powder under your eye or something. If you powder under your eye, which I don't anymore. So I can pull this out and get some definition. And make sure that you relax the eye when you do this because you want it to be right in line with the lower lash line so that you're not dealing with a whole bunch of texture. You can just pull it out. Do a little cleanup. I'm going to go in with some sparkles. Now, obviously, you can decide like how many sparkles you want to use. You don't have to go in hard. Do a little bit more in the gradient here of the color. So we have 2025 and 2024. What do you like better? And I'll show you last year's lip. It's just this vanilla scented, gritty feeling. You can definitely feel the sparkle. I think it's a nice topper, not so much by itself. The middle shade. I know, it's so pretty. Lisa inspects every palette before they ship out. That's quality control. She also has She also, did I just do that whole entire eye thing with the Lisa Eldridge thing on here? Someone needs to speak up. When my kids in my class used to be like, Mrs. Bernstein, we can't hear you. You're on mute. It's fine. Just fine. I'm okay with it. Okay, so the lip this year, I thought the lips were really pretty. All of them. I love, like, those effing fabulous lipsticks that they just came out with are full pigment lipsticks. Like, you have to be a lipstick lover who likes a lipstick that feels like lipstick. These are like balmy and more lightweight and a little bit more hydrating maybe. I don't know. Like, it's just, it's definitely a harder color, you know, to figure out. When you swatch them and you try them on, like in store, or if you take a look at the swatches, I'm telling you, there's one that will go violet, like very blended out violet. And there's one that will go warmer, and then there's Fireside, which I think may appear to be the darkest, but it isn't the darkest. They're all pretty much the same intensity, just different shades. What I like to do with a lipstick like this is line first, because you don't know what you're going to get if it's real balmy like that. I used this is the Westman Atelier in Gireve. You can use any, whatever you like. This is like a rosy nude for me, so this works. I overline here, but line up here. Still trying to get used to my lip filler being gone. And I would say I've never been comfortable wearing a dark lip. It really has to be sheer if I'm going to like it. You can kind of like stain your lips with this too, and any color that's, you know, your rosy nude. And then I went in with the lipstick. You don't even have to put it on your lips. You can dab it on your finger and get a stain. And then just put like a gloss over it. Like, this is how I would be wearing it. Except I would put something, we'll just borrow the balm from last year, because it's all the same. to give it like a little shine. I would be happy with something like that. But I'm going to go full pigment for you so you can see it. You can go halfway too. And then what I would do, just because this is what all the kids are doing right now, I would take a nude just to add some volume where you want it. And then once again, I would like to clean up with the Ulta Q-tip. So nice, but not necessary. You know what I mean? Oh, you're back, Felice. Hi. And we got a whole face of, we have last year over here, and I'm adding the lipstick to it. Because honestly, this is the prettiest cream blush out of all three of the things that we've talked about. I would skip the cream blush and buy this because you can use it for both. And it's like half the price. This is Fireside. And I think it's a color everybody can wear. Very neutral. And, you know, you can put on as much of it as you want. But I just think, for me, it was the best of the three. But I'm going to show you all of them. So the shades go 01, 02, 03 is what this says there. So this is 03. This is the deepest one. And if you see the one in the middle, that's the one that I said kind of almost has like, it goes like almost into like starting to be like coppery, like a warmth to it. And the top one is the one that would be very helpful. It was on the screen. This is the one that I'm wearing down at the bottom. This one looks like it's going to be the darkest when you look at them, but it's not. It's definitely the one that I felt like was the most neutral to cool. The middle one was the one that I said it almost went, it went warm. Definitely beautiful on somebody who's got a warmer skin tone. If you have a warm skin tone, I would grab that one because it's like such a good match to this eyeshadow quad, I think. All three of them are. But this one, the top one, you really have to be comfortable with a red that's got like a little fuchsia to it. You know? Like definitely like the deep, vivid kind of purpley color. And honestly, for the money, kids, fervor. Let's just fervor it up for a minute because it's just, it's pretty. Put a tiny, tiny bit. And get the windburned look that your Chalet Snow Bunny look. So what do you guys think? I mean, The eyes are definitely different. I almost feel like, I mean, granted, I could probably cool it on the glitter during the day. Just, you know, a little bit. Unless I feel like wearing it, and then it's fine. But this side, I feel like, is more, less dramatic. This side has more drama. And I used like the same, you know, let's back things up a little bit. This is just a little too much of me in the screen. Okay. I think from a distance, you should be able to see that they both built out the same way, right? We were really careful about lifting like my wrinkly eyes up as much as possible. We built up the lash line so that it looks like there's more here. The last thing that I would do is take my Chantecaille that Felice had me buy and put this in the waterline. After the Chanel is, you know, set down, just to like slightly open them up a little bit. This is called the Brightening Eye Kajal, and Felice told me to get this, and she is 100% right. There's something about this color, because I've tried I like the Victoria Beckham, the one that she has. There's something about this color that just blends in, and you don't get that like, oh, I'm wearing white eyeliner like in the middle of my eye, which, by the way, you guys, they came out with a turquoise liner, a bright purple liner, and a royal blue liner. So if you are ready to go back to the 80s, Tom is waiting for you. So which one do you guys like better? What do you think? I mean, obviously you don't need to do the full eye look that I did. I think that these colors, both quads are beautiful. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with them being pretty. I just think it's interesting that we went from here to here in 1 year, when, you know, they've done other things for Soleil Neige. What do you guys think? Would you buy both? Do you think you need both? I don't think you need both. I think if you buy this year, if you want to do a little drama over here, you go find your YSL or whatever you've got and put it in. I'd probably wear the new quad for day and the other quad for night. You could also really tone down this eye and even just use like the contour color and that like skin, you know, the one that is like my skin color but more peachy. I'll just point to it. They are all the same compact, you guys. A person could go crazy. Like you could just do this and put this in your crease during the day and boom, like you're out the door. Like that's so nice. And then, ooh, I'm getting a drink. Put this on, this, and you know, like you're ready to like go out. If you didn't see this one, this looks pretty, you know, dressed up with that sparkle. Okay, now I think that with a hooded eye, certain little things are necessary. Hold on. Okay, you can do this with a white, or you can do this with a silver or a gold. I'm just gonna go in with a teeny tiny bit of this like champagne color right at my lash line. Just so I know that I will have that little bit of sparkle like right there, like right above. That won't come off. You know, like it won't quit during the evening. And then you can just put a little bit of the sparkle back on it. And you've got like a foolproof Va Va Voom eye. That isn't going to just fall out. Like right at the lash line where it matters, you're going to have that pop of glitter. So I think it's a nice collection. I'm going to show you this on top, the serum. I just don't know what this is yet. Like I need to read a little bit about it. When they're like, oh, you can do whatever you want with it. You're always kind of like, what does that mean? You know, it feels hydrating much more so than the other ones. There's definitely, it's a scent. Almost herbal, but menthol-y. My favorite Soleil Neige collection was those three from 3 years ago. The one that had the mint green and a navy and the wet dry. This one? Or is it the one with the taupe and the blue? This one. Minty green. How come I don't have that one? I don't have a minty green. Minty green. I missed the wet dry formula. And the ones, did you guys see the pictures that they're showing now of the new for spring? They are, in a word, bland. Very. Like they're trying so hard to get Gen Z back into eyeshadow or into eyeshadow to begin with. Like, oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I went to Sephora today to see what was going on there because I haven't been there in a long time and I just wanted to look. I wound up getting a little something, but not a lot. But I want to show you. Okay, with these, the big long one, I put this in my stories so you guys can see it. I should probably just pull up my own Instagram up out of Michelle. Oh, wrong one. Oops. I have brushes like laying on top of my keyboard, and so it's making it hard for me to type. There we go. can't talk about the Cubs. Here's the Patrick Taz. They did not have the dark, but I thought they were going to be a lot warmer than they were. I actually think that they're very balanced looking shadows. The one on the right-hand side is the light one, and the one on my left hand is the medium one. They did not have any darks in the store. This is the long palette, the large palette that he did. That's got all the colors in it. There are definitely slight differences, like he kind of riffed off of a certain shade, you know, like going into the light, or a certain shade going into the middle one. I thought I was going to hate them. And I have to say, the texture of them and the butteriness of the formula and the way that it blends, I will be picking that up during the sale. I know. I just showed you guys the one that I have from Esom that is perfectly fine. This is a travel delight. You could take that with one of his sparkle shadows and you could be gone for weeks. I mean, pretty much any look that you're wanting to do, contouring your eye, you know, not with color, but contouring the eye, this is like all you would need. I'm really like the formula of the small pans that I touched today and blended on my hand. Like really, I wanted to hate them. I wanted to think that they were going to be warm and ugly and yucky. They're actually really balanced, and I think it's a nice formula. So, and look, the Lady Gaga is going to be in Devil Wears Prada, the second one that's coming, and I'm so excited about it. So that was important news today. Yes, both of those. I'm annoyed that I'm seeing spring already. I know, me too. But I also look for it. Kind of. How about this? I was just talking to Rebecca, and I'm like, I'm ready for holiday to be over. Who haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen what Natasha's going to give, although she's exploded with products lately. Victoria Beckham's are on her site. They're just, you know, collections. I thought she for sure would do something with the brushes, and she didn't. I'm kind of bummed. Been sort of waiting to buy those. I would like to buy those. It's like definitely on my wish list. Now we've seen Lisa Eldridge, and we've seen Guerlain. We've seen Givenchy. We've seen Chanel. We've seen Dior, which I have over here. I have the Plum Parade and the sparkly lipstick that I can do on Tuesday with you guys. Let's just kind of like go through here. Oh, we have Suku's will be coming out. Well, I have pictures of that. Oh, and I saw, let me pull up my camera pictures. Hold on. Oh, here. Okay, so Molly, this is your dream. This is your dream of having the iridescent Dior highlighter. And I'm here to tell you it's a no effing way on my radar. You guys be the judge. It looks beautiful when you just look at it and you just want it, and you want like all those colors to like come out at you, and you just, it's so soft and pretty. And that is what it looks like when you swatch it. And literally I was like, do they even have a color? Was my first question. It looked very uneven to me, even though like I worked hard to get, you know, like not too much, but enough. That was my first swatch. Oops. I mean, the white, you know, the white pearly one. I have a question. Is there something with that color that makes it so that they have to put big sparkles in it? Why can no one put out a pearl with no sparkles? Like none. Me too. I'm over holiday next. Natasha put out those little duo eyeshadows I saw, as if we need those. She always does something like little though, doesn't she? Like with one or two of the shadows from something else. She usually does a mini for the holidays. She usually does a mini. We could get a mini. I'd love a mini. I don't know what she would do now. I need a warm. I need a nude. I have no idea. The Dior is so bad, you guys. This is a disaster. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm just being crazy. So I smushed it all over my hand. Like I had one thing and like rubbed a bunch of it off. And this is what you can get if you put them all together and put it on your face. Like just swirl your brush. You're going to get like a really pretty ethereal glow. But it's a little robot-y. So maybe do it like under something. It wasn't my dream product that I had thought about. And this little guy was there today. Boy, I'm glad I swatched it. Because I will tell you that I do think their blushes are lovely. I think they're beautiful. I think the colors are really pretty. I think this in its like idea of it is fantastic. But I don't feel like they thought about us. I don't feel like they were like, okay, so the person that wears this is going to have blank kind of skin. Because when you swatch them, first of all, they don't feel exactly like the ones in the little circle packs. But the packaging, oh, the packaging is beautiful. And that's the front. I mean, it's a absolute wow. Like the minute that you see it, it's a wow. The shades, I think, are going to be best on, I don't know who, because if you're light, that one in the bottom right and even the dark one on the bottom on the left is going to be a lot. And if you look at the top four, I don't feel like you can have super deep skin. So I'm just not sure that this is for like one person. So that's the top two colors that you can see. And the middle two. And the bottom two. So I'm not saying that these are bad. I'm just saying they're not the same formula, but awesome packaging. And you have to be able to work with the shades that you're given. The YSL has bad reviews, too much chunky glitter. I'm torn because I want the packaging. Okay, so I know, but palette like this, compare it to, just in your head, an Hourglass palette. Which one would you reach for? That's the question. Never let packaging sway me. I know, but sometimes it is really pretty. It's just, I think that a medium skin tone person is going to do the best with this. That highlighter on the bottom is probably just like a stinker. I don't see it not going orange on somebody. The colors are pretty, but they're not, I don't even know, how much is this thing? Is it like $80 or something? Like, how much are they asking for this? I need to know. Like, is it a good deal? And they didn't have the one thing that I wanted, which was the sparkly nude candy glaze lipstick. So this is $85. Wow. So even at the sale, it's going to be like $70. That's a lot. $85. Yeah. I mean, she's pretty. This was gorgeous, you guys. I took a picture of this. Last year, Merit did a lipstick set. And their lipsticks are notoriously not leaning into mauve. This duo is so gorgeous, and it comes with the matching lip liner, and they sell the blush. If you're looking for a pretty monochromatic mauve color story that's kind of natural, like the Merit vibe, that is stunning and would be a phenomenal present to give to somebody because it's that beautiful. And the lipstick formula, I can't remember what they call it, but it's more like a satin kind of a formula, but not crazy pigmented. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just sort of more almost gloss looking, but not shiny, but it's like, it's just a very soft way of coloring it. Like the way the Tom Fords go in like heavy pigment load, this is going to have like a lot of other emollient things in it that are going to go with it. This is giving cologne. Molly always ruins some of the things for me. Like, she'll say something and I will not be able to get it out of my head, and I'm just done. Now that's the clown one. $85. I'm passing. Final answer. I would rather see you get an actual blush and an actual highlighter that you actually like. There were some nice duos from Armani. There are a lot of gift sets right now that are on the website, and they're just starting to get them into stores. They're a good thing to put in your liked, pile of whatever you put hearts on Sephora, so that you can kind of keep track of possibilities during the sale, because a lot of times what they do is they give you a product like basically for free so that you can love it forever and become a customer of it. But when you see these little sets, these are great for, think about this. You're going to have the sale, the big sale. And then we all know that they give us another 20 off one day, right, Mel? And one year they did 2 of them. And they chased after the people that didn't buy anything and gave them another chance to buy at the discounted rate. And that's not even taking into consideration that Black Friday, all the brands will be having sales. What everybody needs to realize is that even though we are just getting into holiday, all of them are doing spring, summer of next year. It's planned, it's done. Like they're moving on to the fall. So when they see stuff like this, they have to move it out and make room for the new. But I thought this was a nice little set to keep your eye on. So I took a picture of it. And that is my friend Mindy's store. She has some really cute stuff right now. Anyway, those are my feelings and thoughts about my experience with Tom Ford and what I saw today. Not spending a dime at Sephora. Oh, Felice, I know. It was very hard. I did get this. This is what I bought. I got the Tatcha lip mask with the little gold flakes. My lips are always chapped. I just thought it was kind of pretty. And it's got like a little spoon thing. Sephora caters to everyone but their Rouge members. They also don't cater to a certain demographic that I belong to. But I didn't want to blame it on Tatcha right now. And since Tatcha doesn't really have a store and I wasn't sure like if it was free shipping and all that kind of stuff, I did buy this. I admit it. But I didn't buy the Patrick Ta because I can buy it from his website. Yes. So I think the Tom Ford is beautiful. Ulta has that. Tatcha has great sales. I buy direct from them. Ulta has Tatcha? I didn't know that. Okay. I will look into that. I did not know that. I don't use anything from Tatcha except for this is what I've tried, and I've tried the dewy cream and that spray that they have. I just was never like a Tatcha convert person, and I liked this before they reformulated it, but the gold thing kind of got me today. I was like, ooh, oh, stop, please. Everything is not at all. I think there's a lot of really pretty makeup out there right now. And I think that they are trying super hard to slowly move them into eyeshadow by having them contouring their eyes and putting on sparkles. And then the washed out colors that are coming our way in January, February, and March. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Oh, did we talk about Suku Holiday yet? They did some really pretty palettes. I can't think of any other brand that hasn't come out with their holiday then. MAC did. I'm like going through the store. Charlotte Tilbury did. What did Armani do? A couple little sets, like nothing. YSL did theirs. They don't have the eyeshadow yet. And there's two lipsticks that they did, a sparkling rose and a sparkling nude. So I'm kind of excited because they're the candy glaze formula, which doesn't go in my lip lines the way that the Love Shine one does. So I want to look at that. Bobbi Brown had her stuff out. I guess Mario's is his palette. Rare Beauty had fragrance. Can anybody think of a brand that hasn't done holiday yet? We have Guerlain, we have Givenchy, Tom Ford. I mean, is Rode going to do something? I don't know. We got Chanel. I'm just like looking at all my stuff like, okay, what brands are there? Lisa Eldridge is out now. Hourglass was long ago. I can't think of another brand that we're still waiting for. Do you know what that means? I'm going to have money for skincare because there just isn't that much to buy this year. It's awesome. I want the brushes from Victoria Beckham, and I will find them on sale. I am determined. Used a couple of things from Touch Up. Felice, is you like the dewy skin one from them? The purple? They're really like, it's like nice. We're going to see a whole lot of beauty coming from Asia. It's going to be an interesting year to watch Ulta. I want to dip my toes into that whole Korean thing. I did see the Lipstick Lesbians. If you go on their, I don't know if it's their TikTok or their Instagram or either one or YouTube, they usually just wallpaper it. But they, I have to think of exactly what they said. All right, I don't know. Again, you want the BB brushes. What did they say? Hold on. Their content is so elevated. They have been teaching us a whole lot. Oh, this was so awesome. If anybody does a spray tan or like a self tanner, and you wake up in the morning and you've got like hands that look frightening or feet or knees or like where it gets like weird, they used Windex to completely take off the yuck tan. It was unbelievable. That was one thing. Maybe it was a story. I don't know. A story for another time. But I don't know. Oh, and Beekman, whatever that's called, 18 something. They did a collab with Hershey's chocolate. They did like, I heard that when you go there, it smells like chocolate. And there used to be a chocolate factory called Blommer's. It was in Chicago. And by my dad's office, every once in a while, it would like waft over and it smelled like my grandma's brownies. Like all I could think about was my grandma's brownies and the whole place smelled. And that's what Hershey, Pennsylvania is supposed to smell like. I use the spray and there's a stick that that stick is so nice for the airplane. I forgot about that. It's a solid serum. It's an awesome thing for TSA. That is such a good one, Felice. I love it. It's like a balm under the eyes. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's amazing. You are so right. That's because they're Greek. It's so true. The funniest thing was they were on the beach putting on like all their goat stuff, and the goats were literally coming up to them and like wanting to like get in their faces, and it was very funny. Oh, they did a mask. Okay. There's a mask that they do every time they fly. And it's a Korean mask. I will find it and I will have the name of it. But it's got something in it where you can wear like 2 pieces of it. You can even wear it to sleep or just like when you're sitting on the plane if you want to. Because I get so dehydrated on the plane. It takes me so long to like, I don't know, like put everything back where it's supposed to go. And these masks look amazing. There's going to be so much K-beauty. They have like, I'm not exaggerating, like 20 new brands or something like that entering the space. I think this could be a huge year for like a wave to come. And I'm not saying that things out there are really great for independent brands, but I think that if you are doing well in a foreign market and you're in Asia and you've been looking to come to the US to expand, I think that Ulta has totally nailed it all down. Really, all of it. The one that I don't understand is the girl that's like so famous from Boston, Michaela. They're fighting over her. She made like, I can't even remember what the number is now. It was like millions of dollars within like the first 15 minutes that she put her stuff online. And apparently she chose Sephora, even though Ulta was really hard going for her. Other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I saw this on a video. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have, that in like even just the last 6 months, AI has gotten really advanced. And there's still some telltale signs of unnatural whatever, but there's, even my son said, Mom, look what I did. There's a new platform and you tell it what you want and feed it to it and it gives you back, like, I could say like, show me jumping on a trampoline with a monkey on my shoulders. And it would. And it could have me saying things. And this is just the start of it. Here's what I want to just caution everybody about. The first thing was, when you click on certain websites, make sure that if it says I agree or I consent or whatever, I decline, that you take a moment to think about whether or not you are using any of their tools on AI. For instance, you can try on a lipstick, see what a blush color looks like. You know, they're doing all that stuff like where you put your face in and they can do what they want. Their terms of service are in these weird countries that you wouldn't think. And I'm saying every website, I'm just saying that these exist. And it says that they own your photograph, whatever it was, your images in perpetuity, that's forever, and can make any changes using AI. So it makes me feel like if I was like getting paid by Suku to talk about this, and I did Suku, a brand, you know, a thing for them, and then they came out with a lipstick, they would be able to just go blah, 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 blah with AI and own it forever. So on the creator side, also you have to worry, but if you agree to terms of service, you may be allowing them to use your image in whatever way they want to forever. So all these buttons that we click, something is bunching up on my lips and I hate it. Sorry. I hate, like, you know how when you get that, I think it's because I put that gloss on. I'm just a caution, you know, just like a heads up. So I don't know. What do you guys think? This is my idea for my next video. I have the new Dior, the Plum Parade, and I just got the Tom Ford Daydream, so that's purple. And we just had the blue purple from Chanel. I thought we would kind of mix and match those and talk about blue and purple because I think it's kind of fun for holiday. And we seem to have a lot of those palettes. I was going to do that next. I also still have the Dolce & Gabbana palette that I haven't opened up yet, even to look at in the cool tone, which I would like to do soon because Nordstrom will be having their sale soon. And you guys, they're all price matching each other except for one thing. The promo that they have right now where it's $30 off of $150, they would not match, but they matched the 15%. But it used to just be like, oh, they're giving 15% off. Okay. Now they're going onto the website, opening it up, and actually seeing if that specific item is there on sale. So it's you don't have to pay full price for anything anymore, except for probably Chanel, except for that one day that Felice found that was like amazing. 24 hours of 20 off. Oh, and Selfridges once a year puts their Chanel on sale once a year. But you probably have to pay the difference in tariffs now. You love your D&G palettes? You bought them all? You guys, Felice likes to do a full one brand. I love that. That sounds like fun. Purple sounds fun. Oh, good night, Holly. Sweet dreams, sweetie. Have a good day tomorrow. If you guys have things that you want me to look at, talk about, whatever, I really want us to kind of use some things that we have. And I don't know. I feel like, okay, it's only October and I'm kind of like done, except for Suku is coming because their holiday is a little bit later. But I can't think of anybody else. Can you guys, or no? Is it just going to all be getting stuff on sale now? I don't know. I'm going to look through and see what I can find that hasn't. Wow. I can't think of it. I literally can't think of a brand right now that hasn't released their holiday. We're going to play with the makeup that we have. We're going to do some looks and we're going to have some fun. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to buy skincare. I'm still loving my light, you guys, my red light, my 10 minutes. I think it's really helped my the pigmentation problems. Very interested to see what's going to happen when it starts getting dark here at 4 o'clock, if the red light matters. If it does, I want to get like one of those mats, like that huge thing. It's supposed to be really good for your dogs too. It's not just people. Like your dog, like if your dog has arthritis, they can lay on those red light blankets that they have now. Kind of cool. All right. If anybody has anything else that they would like to bring up, talk about, say, I think I am like all talked out. I hope this was helpful and fun, and that you realize that if you do have this, you don't need this. Just don't do the dark color. Put a different color with it. All right, everybody. I'm wishing everybody sweet dreams. Felice, I need you to DM me what's going on. I've asked you like 5 times today, and I need to know how you're doing. So when we're done, will you please DM me before you go to sleep? Please. Everybody else, feel free to send me messages if you need one-on-one time, if you want swatches of anything, if there's something I can show you, something I can answer, something I can help you with. I'm always here for you guys. You know that. We all are each other. We all are here for each other, aren't we? Thank you, Felice. Thank you so much. Sending lots of love everybody's way. Molly is going to be the mom of someone who can call himself a fiance the next time we get together. So that is going to be really fun too. We got to celebrate the good stuff, guys. There's lots of good stuff, and we got to grab onto it and enjoy it and really savor it. So I hope everybody has a lovely weekend and relaxes, and that you get some time to do something for you, because we're about to get on the crazy train of the holidays is coming. So take your breaths now and take a nap. And there's a couple really good shows on TV. Chill out, take a walk, look at the color of the leaves. Everything's changing. Take it all in. And I'm sending everybody so much love. Have a good week. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody. Good night.